3302?
Yeah, we got it. There you go. Oh, yeah, no, we got one coming in. My bad.
3303, 8 Northwest 3303.
You all right, buddy? Yep.
Yeah, you don't need to leave. You should stay there. You should hold tight.
What?
Hold tight. We support you. Hold tight.
Hold tight?
As long as you can, yes.
All right, I'm
Get
fine.
your demands met. Make the demands really clear.
Well, my demands, well, I want to stop demolition.
We're not the ones to meet demands. This is above us.
I know. We'll take it to your superiors. Don't ask for a key.
Our superiors don't
The
do
key,
it.
when she wants the key, I understand the key will materialize.
I got
She
you.
wants the key.
Right.
I explained to
Our
them what
superiors
we're
don't
here
supersede
for,
city
you know, and
council
they're
or the mayor.
sympathetic.
I mean, there's nothing we can do about
You're
that.
enforcing crazy laws.
I told them about how the council exempted.
You should be on our side, not theirs.
I hear you. I hear
You
you.
know,
I hear you.
we're having a nice discussion down here.
Well,
And
they're going to try to, eventually they're going to start bullying you and tell you how awful it's going to be and that you're going to get in lots of trouble with the law. So they're going to start off nice and then they're going to start telling you you're going to go to jail forever. So in one breath they could be nice and the next breath they could be threatening taking away your freedom. Just be mindful of that.
That's the last thing we want to do.
Well, I know, but if they don't cooperate and the mayor doesn't like this, you guys will put the strong arm on her in a second.
You think so?
If the mayor said so, yes. If the mayor said arrest their ass, yes. But the mayor doesn't want them arrested.
If you think it's up to the mayor, we want to arrest him.
You should take it up to the mayor because this is a matter of stolen land. This is stolen land from a black community right here.
Are you from Washington, D.C.?
I lived here most of my life, and all these other activists have lived here their whole lives, so don't start that shit.
I'm from here.
Well, that's good, but don't start that shit.
So there's nothing you can tell me about Washington, D.C.
This place was given away to rich New Yorkers. That's what happened. Rich New Yorkers who financed the mayor's election. That's how she got elected, on that New York sweet Wall Street money. And now here's the payoff. $2.2 billion worth of land given away. In fact, demolished on the public dime for $150 fucking million. That's bullshit. That's why people are pissed off. That's why this is happening. This is no joke.
I hear you.
The people watching, the little white speck at the bottom of one of those is a person who is chained to one piece of equipment. And then
Thanks for coming out.
Until 1960, this is where all the drinking water in DC was made. By pumping water up from the Potomac River and putting it through these underground chambers here, and it went through a sand filtration, and then it was clean water. And many presidents drank this water. They didn't use chemicals. Now that was part of the facility as well across the street. You can take a look. That is, we still. And there is a chemical treatment facility in here, and this is still being used to distribute water from across the city. But this part is no longer being used since 1960. From the time it was built until World War II, it was a public park. Anybody could walk down the stairs, which are right by the police officer's feet right there. They could walk down the stairs into the park. There's more stairs at the corner. There are stairs all around, actually. And people in the community would come, and they would spend Sunday afternoons here. There was a lot of gathering. This was an integrated park. Whites and blacks were welcome in this park, unlike other parks in DC. Now, during World War II, they put a fence up because they were worried about Germans polluting the water. So we gotta secure our water treatment facility. No one not make it too easy. So they started guarding this place. After the war, they didn't take the fence down. However, it was always open on the weekends for people to come in and hang out, play games, and they maintained it enough that you could walk through the whole site and it was safe. Over the years, the city did not maintain it. In 1968, they said no more public coming in anymore, not safe anymore. And this park has been systematically stolen since 1968 until today, where it's been given away to billionaires. It's been given away to billionaires. The land for free.
Commander, how you doing, sir?
somewhat black nails, black t-shirt.
I can't believe they're still working.
Hey, Rosina.
Yes.
It's Ford.
Hey Ford, how you doing?
Good. What have you gotten yourself into?
So I'm chained to this machine here at McMillan Park because I love this park. And I think these cells were beautiful and it's sad that they're destroying it.
Sorry, it was a little hard to hear you because a helicopter is flying over us now.
Yeah, we're just sad that they're destroying this park, so I guess we won because we shut them down for the day. But it's just sad that this whole thing happened the way it did, and it seems like they broke a few laws to make this happen. They're destroying it. It's pretty sad. It was a beautiful place. I feel like they could have used it a different way.
Do you think the mayor's going to listen to you guys?
Oh, I already know she's not. But, hi Muriel. Nice to see you.
So what are you hoping is going to come out of this then?
I mean, I would love it if they would stop and they would give the park to the people, but, I don't see that necessarily happening. But this is sort of, for me, was one more day to visit this beautiful location, which was the only integrated park in DC that I know of. People used to picnic and spend the night out here, white, black, together. So to me, it's something to be saved and cherished. And so today, I got to see the park while they're destroying it. Go into the cells that we spent some good time in. Did a lot of really beautiful photographs. And make contact with the people who are doing this work. I mean, I know they're just doing their job, but yeah, it's just sad for the community. And for me, this is a cathartic act. This is my catharsis at this location. It's healing for me to do this.
And the judge said that you don't have a case.
I've got some stills if you want them. Or you give them the key or whatever.
How much time do we got?
How much time?
She took her time wandering out, took some pictures on the way out.
So what happened?
You mean they just came down, they were nice, they listened. I don't think it's necessarily gonna make a difference, but they listened to me and they just asked me to actually to be kind of, well, it doesn't matter. But anyways, I'm sorry, I'm a little discombobulated right this second.
Sure.
I just walked out. But they just asked me, they had a saw, they were gonna cut me out, and I thought, let's keep the lockbox solid. I didn't get the lockbox to walk away with, thank you, sweet. Unfortunately, they kept the lockbox for, I guess, evidence. But maybe since it's my property, maybe I'll be able to get it back. But yeah, I just, told them again that I care about this space, love this space. It's really sad what they're doing. It was cathartic for me to go in because, I've just been sort of sitting around like, oh God, they're destroying McMillan. Oh God, they're destroying McMillan. It just feels bad. And, there's been so many developments and so so much lost, and this was just such a magical place, at least for me. I mean, I know that other people just saw it as like a weird feel with silos, just like I did when I was a kid, every time driving by, but I love this park, and I love, you know, that it was the first integrated park. That's important to me. You know, it's important to me that Miss Ella sat out here and had a picnic, you know, 80 some odd years ago. That's important to me, and there weren't many spaces in that city like that, so.
It sounds like the negotiation that's taking place, at least with the person who's close enough for us to hear, is that they're trying to say, you know, if you bring a key down and unlock, then we're not going to arrest you. We'll let you go. Is that more or less what?
They were very nice. Yes, they offered to basically let me release myself and walk away with no charges.
Right.
I'm sure if I come back. They didn't mention it, but I'm sure that you know would be implied there. But
not thinking of pushing the envelope.
You know, I don't have any plans. I don't have any plans.
Kerry, thank you.
Hang on. Sorry. We're going out.
Kerry, Kip, thank you.
That's right. You're hang on. We're here. We're gonna help you here.
You got a hole in your pants.
Sit down. Sit down. All right. I'm back here. I got it.
Woohoo! Thank you. Thank you.
What happened and why'd you do it?
Go ahead, Jim.
Okay, my name is Jim Schulman, and I affixed myself to a piece of digging equipment that was busy crushing up our underground caverns from McMillan Park, which was it's a historical park in D.C. It was the only, at one point, integrated park in the District of Columbia, where blacks and whites could interact in a public space legally. So that tells you, and they're just destroying it to make a parking lot. The main reason that I'm here, though, is because of asbestos. We asked for over a year for the city to share with us the hazardous material testing on this site, and we were stiff-armed by Tommy Wells, head of the Department of Energy and the Environment. We were stiff-armed by Council Chairman Mendelson and other council members, by the developers. I even contacted the testing company, ECS, that did the hazardous material testing. And a day before the court hearing, which was not that long ago, Chairman Mendelson did share with me the test results. And you know what it showed? For a 25-acre site, they had 12 samples. And 5 of those were from one column. So it was inadequate. They were clearly eager not to find asbestos. So it still may be there. And you hear the machine is running now. They're relentless. They don't care about the fact that there's a reservoir across First Street here that supplies drinking water for district citizens, and that asbestos could be ending up in our drinking water. So that's why I was here today, to try to inhibit that kind of hazard.
Could I ask you
Sure.
whatever you'd like to add on to that?
All right, my name is Carrie Kemp, and I also was here protesting. I connected myself, locked myself to the bulldozers, and the reason that I did it is because I believe very strongly that the city is not proceeding properly with this development. And we have been in court with this for a long time, and we had a court date that was coming up, and the city council, Phil Mendelson, Kenyon McDuffie, and also the mayor approved a bill that suspended any and all laws with regard to the McMillan project, which undercuts the rule of law and makes it impossible to fight against this development, no matter what the environmental problems are, what the other violations are. Those are just regulations, but also it's public land, and we are paying roughly $100 million for developers to build luxury housing, a development sort of like Walter Reed, and we think that is an entirely inappropriate use of this land. It should be kept for public purposes. There should be green space. There could be visionary projects here, and to just do another luxury development is one of the worst uses. Build it on the street somewhere. Don't build it on this jewel of land that should be a historic. It is a historic site. It's on the National Register of Historic Sites, and we should preserve the historic elements. But if we don't, I mean, they're already demolishing them, and that's what we were trying to stop, the demolition. And I totally agree with all the asbestos concerns. That's the immediate concern. So since Jim talked about that, Jim Schulman, I'm talking about this,
All right,
which
thank you
is
very much.
okay. Thank
Much
you.
appreciated.